nothing worse than missing a changeover. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why it can happen. But if there's nothing, because like Fred was telling you earlier, you set it at 9, which is approximately 6 seconds. If you miss a changeover, you gotta start up the motor, and 6 seconds of agony has to go through before you can do the changeover. This is it. This is the way. The groovy way. So. Right. And then once I had a dream that I was in the lobby of this place, at the new Beverly, and like it was raining or something, and I was like, oh my god, are they raining on the projectors, right? So I come up here, and as I'm halfway up the stairs, this fucking wall of water just comes gushing down at me and like blows me over. I'm like, you know, flopping around in the lobby as the water's gushing out. I'm like, no, what am I thinking about? The projectors, the projectors.
Little button here says start. The lamp strikes, lights come down, the electric dowser opens, hand dowser's already open. You learn to hear this constant drone of the equipment. When everything's running right, it makes a certain noise, and you get used to that, and then whenever it changes pitch, you know something might be wrong, and you get up and look at everything. So I got to be, one ear is always tuned to the room to listen for that sound. Projectionists are a funny breed. The old-timers used to take a lot of pride in it. They were the entertainer in town because there weren't all the options there are now. I mean, you figure, you know, my family got a television in like 1948. All of this stuff, television, has really changed the world. I started projecting in 1977. It's kind of a whole nother life. Wife and I got divorced, and I needed something to do, and my brother had been in the union and knew the president at the time, and it was, back then it was pretty closed. I mean, it was like a family thing.
Positive is generally the longer one, and that's how much you need to run about 20 minutes from there to about there. And then the negative, you need about there to there. We use these fancy carbons here, and what it is we have a generator pumping insane amounts of electricity into the machines, and when you touch them together in the machine itself and it's all flipped on, it'll spark and this real intense light will be generated, and there's a reflector behind it which basically intensifies the light that much more so it can carry the small image, you know, X amount of feet from our little window to the screen. I managed to land a job here at the Ken, and just talking with the head projectionist about working with tape and how I was interested in how, like, the soundtrack that's printed on the tape and how the reels work. And when I actually came up here and saw what was going on, this machinery is somewhat similar to what I was using with the 4-track recordings, and just setting it into the machine properly, and just the added bonus of having pictures and lights and things to work with.
Oh, like, because I screenwrite, right? It's crazy, but I project, and then I break down like Hitchcock films, like North by Northwest or Vertigo, and working at a revival theater. I mean, I get to see a lot of the same movies, the same classics. I mean, that's where I'm coming from when I write my screenplays. I'm Mr. Classical, you know? I like the narrative. Everybody does voiceover, you know? Show the story. That's what cinema's about. You can tell her you love her, but you can show her you love her, which is she could respond more to. Of course you can tell her. She would like that nicely. She'd rather be shown. It's all about showing. And more than that, It's about, the good show, showing it right.